How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be taking a look at Monsters. This is Season 3, Episode 3, and this one's entitled Bug House. It originally aired October 14th, 1990, was directed by Ken Meyers, and stars Karen Sillas, Robert Kerbeck, and Juliette Kurth. And this was also based on a story by Lisa Tuttle. Now I have to say, I didn't know too much what to expect going into this one. I mean, the previous episode of the show was a guy in a gorilla suit destroying a cheap set, but no. This time around, we're gonna have a genuinely dark and creepy, disturbing little episode, and honestly, I think it's probably one of the better ones of this show. A woman finds her sister living in a cabin that should be torn down, and she's pregnant from a man that this woman has never met before, and what's her sister up to? What's she doing? Who is this man? Is he good or bad? What is the relationship between the two of them? And there's a lot of mystery, a lot of things to think about, but also that real world concept of, sometimes you don't see someone for a long time, and then you meet him again, you're like, oh wow, their life is not doing so hot. And also, just seeing someone being like, okay, how is your relationship doing? Like, for real, is this guy some creep or something? And yeah, there's something there, and you can see that, it is a bleak episode. Like, the cinematography in this one is actually really good. Everything feels like it has a haze or a fog to it, and it just looks so bleak. And yeah, this is a grim episode, but it does get to a pretty big and intense ending, and I really did like it. I think this is one of the better ones. Some really good theme and mood and atmosphere in here, and I would definitely say check it out. Go watch this one for real. This is a good one, a genuinely scary one. Go check it out. But I guess in order to analyze it further, I do want to talk a bit about the plot. I'll be avoiding the end bits and I'll try to keep the spoilers down, but I do want to say my piece on a few plot points and do some deeper analysis, but I'll try to be avoiding major spoilers. Anyway, we open up in a dimly lit kitchen and we get to see two women talking to each other. It turns out the blonde one came there in her car, but sadly the car died on the way over there, so she's trapped a little bit. But this other woman isn't just some stranger, that's her sister, and she was trying to get there. Turns out, this is their dad's cabin. The dad had passed away, but the cabin is all like rotting, and it really should be torn down. Like, this episode's called Bug House. There's some bugs in this cabin. Like, at one point she bumps into the drywall and it crumbles and you see a bunch of cockroaches. Now, that being said, if you are the bug squeamish crowd, it's not like an ooey gooey bug episode, and at the beginning part of me was kind of wishing they would push the bugs harder, but the bugs are, I guess, kind of a metaphor, and you'll get to see them from time to time, but it's not like a gross out episode, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, this sister that lives in the cabin, it turns out she's pregnant and hadn't told her sister about this at all. Like, it was a surprise when she got there, and she's like, tell me, who got you pregnant? What's your life like? Why are you living in this cabin? And why did I have to find out, like, from the real estate agent that you were living here? Why didn't you just tell me yourself? And then the guy comes in, and this guy, he does a good job of, being creepy and kind of aloof, but not really ever stepping over that line. And you do get kind of that mystery of, like, who is he and what does he want? Like, at one point, the guy goes up to the sister that just got here and says, do you have any money? And you think, okay, this guy is just some grifter and he's trying to get cash out of them. And then he goes for the tow truck to tow your car up here, and you're like, oh no, he's just being helpful and getting a tow truck. And he'll do things like make breakfast for the sister, and the sister's like, I never had a guy do that for me ever before, that's so nice of him. But then there's also a scene, and it's like how you end night one is the sister and this guy just kind of start aggressively making out, and he goes, "Oh, you can sleep on the couch over there," before picking her up and carrying her upstairs. And you're like, okay, I wasn't sure if they really liked each other, but maybe they do. You know, so it's this sort of awkward relationship with this guy that you don't know but suddenly has a large part in your sister's life. Well, the next day, they do start to talk, and she tries to piece it together, like, where'd you meet this guy? Oh, he was just here. He was just here? What is he, a squatter or something? And then, what does he do for a living? He takes care of me. Okay, well, I doubt you're paying him, so, like, where does he get his money? And these questions are all answered in a super vague way, and you're like, can you just tell me what this guy's deal is? And then with the baby, apparently they're planning on doing a home birth, and don't worry about that. He knows what he's doing. Okay, why? What? How? He knows how to deliver babies too? What's going on? But then you get another plot element where the sister says, don't steal him. I know that you've always been jealous whenever I have something you want it too. And list a bunch of like possessions from her childhood, like a scarf or something. And you think, okay, I get that, you know, siblings can be jealous of each other. But I don't think she would want to take this guy. But, you know, maybe sometimes you do get that, but I never really got, and that's I think one thing with the episode, is I always felt he erred more on the side of creepiness. I think she would just go, wow, this guy is kind of weird, and not really try to pursue that, but apparently that is a theme we're looking into in this episode, and I don't know, maybe if they had a longer time to develop these characters past, and, you know, if you had given us more on the charming side while also staying creepy, but when the sister introduces this concern, I'm like, really? I don't think so, but whatever, we'll see where the episode goes, right? And I will say, when the episode built to its finale, when it got there were parts of it that I, being an anthology horror fan, definitely could see coming, but it's not so much that, because I mean, anthology horror plays with tropes all the time, but it's a case of when it got there and how it felt, because it got to its conclusion, and there were some good, dark, and creepy moments, and the whole way, you know, like I said, this episode shot in kind of a grim fashion. It really did feel like a really intense moment for these characters, and you really did feel the feeling getting to the climax, especially with some of these reveals that happened towards the end. Again, really dark and creepy stuff. So yeah, I don't want to go too much further. Like I said, I'm not trying to spoil too much, even though I do want to do an analysis. But needless to say, this is a very good and creepy episode, and definitely check it out, because it did pan out pretty well. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. This should be my Monsters playlist. If you guys want to see me talk about more episodes of the show, you should be able to click here and find more of my review videos. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Relevant playlist here. Have a good day now.